back. Welcome back. This is another collab with the Random News and the Joncast Podcast. Today we have a special guest. We have a special guest, Mr. AOB himself from AOB Global. No, excuse me, HOF Global. Right? That is your basketball business.
Yes, that is my basketball club. Yes.
Andre here is a high school friend of ours from Hayes. He wants to join the podcast today, our collab podcast, and have some mediocre takes. But no, well, glad. Thank you for coming, though, Dre. I know
Thanks for having me, guys. Word. Thank you.
Because it wouldn't have been right for us to talk shit and not give him a chance to, defend himself, right?
Exactly. This all started with the hot take that Andre, I think he shared to John Trell on the side on DMs and IG, saying that Ben Simmons is a very great player, amongst other things he said. John Trell and I retorted and said Ben Simmons is trash. And now we're kind of giving Andre the platform to express his entire opinions about why he thinks Ben Simmons should not practice.
Wait. I did not say that. We can rewind a little bit.
Okay.
I was saying that Ben Simmons is a great basketball player. That's my first take.
Okay.
That's like 99% of the population not with that statement right there.
And I also believe last time we ever spoke about it, I believe your opinion changed because of things that happened during the season. So we make sure we put that out there too.
Sure. No, I mean, the first thing was that he's a great basketball player. He still is a great basketball player, but my expectations have lowered. I think that's the best way I could put it. My expectations have lowered because it seems like he doesn't want to hoop. But before this season, I've considered him a great basketball player, one of the best basketball players in the world.
Yep, this whole conversation happened before the basketball season started, so today the opinions may be different.
Listen, your take is not wrong when you said at the beginning of the season. Ben Simmons is a great basketball player.
No,
it's just that I'm on Andre's side. He's a great basketball player.
Thank you.
But he's not the greatest. I will put pre-mental problems Ben Simmons top 20. Top 25.
Easily.
Pre-mental problems. Just going off from those stats from there, I'll just do that.
Yeah.
But afterwards, he's like top 250.
So, John, do you agree with what Giovanni just said?
No, I don't.
Okay, see, now we can start the conversation from there. From there, let's please start the conversation.
He's like, no. We still got to go back to when you said Ben Simmons does not need to practice and get better overall each year.
That comes after.
That comes later. We're going to break this down. We're going to break down how it started.
Okay.
I believe this all really started with me sharing a post about Ben Simmons. I believe that was probably as soon as he was traded. I think that's how it started, and then he had commented on it, and that's when the conversation went from there.
Yep.
I was on vacation in Vegas. I stopped everything I was doing at the time just to have a conversation with him.
That is funny.
So you're telling me the trade to the Nets, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. For people who don't, people who should be basketball fans should know exactly what we're talking about. But go ahead. Yeah, he was on Vegas.
Yeah, tell us about Vegas. How was that? How was that convo? Do you remember any emotions you felt since you already thought he was whack at that time?
Yeah, man, we was talking the whole time. My wife was like, "Yo, who are you talking to?" Like, we on vacation. I was like, "Yo, I'm talking to Andre." She's like, "Andre?" She's like, "Damn, man, have that name in forever." I was like, "Yeah." It was like, "Yo, he had this take. Yo, he's just talking." I was like, "Yo, don't worry about it. You getting ready? I'm gonna be here." I was on the bed typing, having an aggressive conversation.
Dang, you had him focused in bed, bro. Not even his wife could change his mind.
I think by the time we got to the end of that conversation, I had to go back. I was like, "Yo, Andre, I ain't want to call him I was trying to disrespect you, we boys at the end of the day still. It wasn't one of those type of things. But when guys talk sports, we get aggressive. It's just a thing. Yeah. It happens. Yeah. But with your statement, Ben Simmons was prior to his mental health saga. So we talking last season of 76ers before that playoff run, before everything happened and back. So in the beginning, very, very first year when he first started, when he finally got that yes, he had the prospects. I did say at one point in the conversation that I did feel if he perfected his jump shot, that he had the ability to be like the next LeBron. That's how I felt. But as we proceed to go forward from that, his numbers continually drop season to season to season. So yes, he is a great defender. Ain't taking that away. He's a great rebounder. Ain't taking that away. He is a great driver. But like a Giannis situation, once you figure out how to stop that, ain't much else he doing beyond that. So for me, for him to be top 20, he ain't top 20. Sorry. Like maybe rookie season, maybe season afterwards, we could talk about that. But after that, he's dropping down that list because numbers kept dropping.
No, that's fair. That's fair. So you think he dropped because more players got better, or because he did not get better? Because let me just say, because when you are a rookie, like you just said, he was a rookie. Let's say he was top 25 as a rookie. How do you go down?
So, as his rookie season, right? He came on the scene. He was driving. He's 6'10", right? 6'10", defending.
Yeah, 6'10", 240 pounds currently.
Pretty much defending all positions. Say that for the sake of the argument. And, his driving ability was crazy. He had pretty much was on par with LeBron in terms of passing the ball. So, at that moment, definitely, yeah, if we're going with the hype, I will say, like, yeah, I would attract him really high. Next season, he was pretty much doing the same thing. But as you said, you build upon your strengths. I agree with that statement. As a rookie, you are building upon your strengths. And, his defense got better. I would say, like, him, passing, I can't really say it got better because I feel like he's already at such a great level doing that it's hard to say, it improved. But I guess, turnover ball, stuff like that improved over time. Driving the ball, he's just naturally gifted at doing that. But like I said, I feel, hey, you should be in the lab practicing your jump shot at some point. So season 2, he didn't really make much effort, didn't really make a difference in that. Fine. Season 3 is when I kind of feel like, okay, now it's time to start changing. It's time to start, hey, let's improve our game. And like I said, I compare Giannis and Ben Simmons all the time because they had pretty much the same trajectory. But Giannis got in the lab, put on body weight, driving the ball, defensive player of the year, basically. He is not the greatest jump shooter, but hey, if he gets that confidence, he feeling himself, he might drain a few. And that's what I feel like Ben Simmons should be. At the end of the day, if he just go in that lab, not keep giving me these mixtapes of him going in the gym, shooting mad jumpers every single offseason, everybody come back, oh, Ben Simmons is about to be a lethal. And then by the time we get to the end of the season, he's only taking like 10 jump shots in total. I just feel like he should be a better player at this point. And when we were talking about the 76ers conversation, I believe I said to you, at this point in time, I feel like he doesn't even need to be like a three-point shooter. And when I say jump shot, that is not what I mean. I don't mean a three-point shooter. I mean just the ability outside the key, outside the paint area, taking jump shots from that range. So at least you're spreading the floor no matter what you do. You're not clogging the paint. You're not that. Because by the time at the end of his 76ers run, all he became was a glorified third-string center. They stopped playing him. He became unplayable. He couldn't do much anymore. And, also Ben, his mental health. That is a thing. I'm not going to take that away from him. I don't want to get into that conversation. That's a whole separate topic. But I just feel like even if like this upcoming season, right, going forward, if he was able to get out of that, wherever he's at in his head, if he was able to get out of that and just said to himself, you know what, I want to be the best player. I don't believe he has that same drive to win. I think that's also part of the conversation that we had about being that dog, having that drive to win. I never felt like he had that. I felt like he's content with being in the NBA. He made it to the NBA and he's happy to be there. I don't really feel like he has that Kobe drive that, hey, I'm going to be the best player. I don't think he has that, and I never felt he ever had that. I feel like I'm talking too much, so I'm gonna let you talk.
No, I can agree with a lot of what you said. Giovanni, do you think that Ben Simmons needed to shoot mid-range jump shots to be considered better at basketball?
100%. Like Joncho was saying, not to reiterate, but everything he did was drive, teardrops. Not even a fadeaway, not even putting his back to the rim. He did none of that. It was just the lane was open, and he make his points. If you look at his shot charts, it's all in the paint. Even the free throw, like Chris Paul kind of made a living just shooting off the free throws, like the long twos, that roundabout kind of area. He could have done something like that. So even Steph Curry, who's very small, can do great teardrops. He has better handles to get in. Obviously, he can shoot whatever. But like Joncho said, the moment you figure out his game, he can't do anything else. And if everybody else on the team is not making any shots, guess what? Your assist drops. Your impact on the game just drops. And like John said, you are getting paid. I think he's getting paid at least an average of $30 million since after his second year or something like that. You telling me you can't shoot a jump shot? Like, you're wide open. Even Pat Beverly would fucking shoot a shot. No, like anybody who's wide open, they would take that shot. You know, the only reason why Westbrook probably didn't do it because it was mental at that point. But come on, Ben. Shoot left, shoot right, do whatever you want. Just shoot the ball. Do a fucking teardrop from 3-point. Do something. You know, if he would have just improved his jump shot, he would have been a way, way better player. We would not be sitting here and talk. We wouldn't even be talking a lot of shit about him like, oh, why did you pass that ball at the last second in the 76er game? We would have been like, you know what, he made a good decision. You know, a lot of the stuff. So I agree with everything Joncho said about Ben Simmons. You're a basketball player. You get paid to get better every year. If you don't, you're wasting your talents. How many other people want to be in the league? You know what I mean?
Okay.
All
right.
Before you go, one more thing, because I think we had me and Giovanni had a conversation with another group of friends. Now on the flip side, aside not him, if Ben Simmons stayed like this forever, now I feel like we need to find the perfect situation for him. And in my mind, I feel like if we took Ben Simmons and switch him with Draymond Green, the Golden State Warriors will be undefeated, a team that can't be stopped, because he plays defense better than Draymond. He's definitely going to
taller than Draymond.
He's going to be rebounding more than Draymond. He has probably a better passing acumen than Draymond, and Draymond is known for setting the offense.
I think his wingspan is also.
Now I also do know, like, you know, Draymond has that personality. You know, at the end of the day, Draymond may be the face of Golden State. I mean, we know Steph is you know the guy there, but Draymond
he's the voice.
His energy.
He's the voice.
Is what feeds that team. So it might be different. But in terms of play style, I just feel like, hey, if we plucked Ben Simmons out of there and threw him in there, then it's like, okay, that team would be like hard to be stopped. Like, even if we talk about like this Lakers series right now, I feel like, you know, he would have been like such a world of difference if they had him on the floor. If you have somebody you can't stop from driving, like Draymond had so many opportunities to botch layups, and if you threw Ben Simmons in that same spot, he's going to be taking it to the hole.
That's true.
So,
Draymond missed so many layups.
The Warriors they won't even be that low. They'll probably be higher up.
Mm-hmm. So that's the flip side of the argument. If he was just going to be this player, then it's all about finding the perfect situation for him. So.
But then again, you don't think more lights, more like mental strain? You don't think he needs a team that's just not in the limelight?
It depends on what, like, because I believe this conversation stemmed from Andre believes he's the best, or was the GOAT at the time, and that, I think that was, you know, kind of mostly our difference of opinion of his standing in the league at the time, because I didn't feel that way. Just like you said, he was top 20. I don't feel like he was that even prior to what happened in Philadelphia. I've never felt that way. Like in the beginning, yes, but as time went on, no, because he didn't show me that. So
no, I'll say that his trajectory was a great one. I'll start there. But when you get like NBA comp, if your NBA comp is LeBron, you kind of are gonna fall short from it, you know. Just like Ingram, for instance. Like Ingram's a very good player, but his ceiling was Durant, and no matter what he does, he's gonna fall short there, you know. So Ben Simmons kind of like, it was like a shoot for the stars type of thing, to call him like the next LeBron or to have that trajectory. But if you take away LeBron's shooting ability, he's still one of the best players in the NBA, right or wrong?
Shooting ability?
Yeah.
No. I don't know, man.
I don't think so, man.
No.
I think
How not?
If you
LeBron, a lot of LeBron's like clutch moments was him shooting the ball against the Orlando Magic in that one series, like my Chicago Bulls, that 3-point shot, the one-legged, the fucking against the Wizards, like, it's his shooting ability. You take that away, I don't think
he's the number one scorer of all time.
But that conversation changes if you don't have a jump shot. He ain't gonna be the number one scorer of all
and
time.
he's not gonna.
No, I'm saying we don't know that. No, we don't know that. A lot of his points were from driving.
And a lot of his points is
And
also from 3-pointers.
Okay, 3 point. Well,
Later on in his career, yeah.
yes, but he's primarily an attacking player.
No, not anymore.
Yeah, he is.
Bro, he can't. Why do you think he's lasting so long? It's because he's shooting the ball. If you check his 3-point usage or him shooting the 3-point, it's been every year just gets more and more and more. That's how you stay in the league for that long. It's his 3-point shot.
But his bread and butter was attacking the rim. He's played for all of these years, and yes, at the tail end of the career, because of how the game is going, he's shooting more threes.
Nah, bro. In the Miami series, most of his shit was fadeaway jump shots.
Yeah, because once he's around the key,
When he was in Miami,
he always, because even if you don't have this argument, when they was talking about yesterday, he kept saying his bread and butter: post up, shoot, post up, drive. That's his bread and butter right there, right around the key area, right around that free throw line area. That's his bread and butter. Fade away.
But that also comes from being unstoppable. When you can't be stopped, you just do whatever you want. And when you do whatever you want, why would you settle for a jump shot? Ben Simmons is a great pace player.
But that's not it. There's a lot of variables to it. But because he can do it all, it's hard to guard LeBron. But if LeBron just can't shoot, you just leave him wide open.
No, but
he becomes Westbrook. He becomes Westbrook without the turnovers.
No, see, that's not true. I don't think that's true.
He becomes. Come on.
I'm saying if you take away
Westbrook can pass.
If you take away LeBron's, let's say his threes from his prime years, he's still going to get attempts, but they're going to be twos. Can we agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, because he's still going to shoot the same amount of shots.
But is he going to make those shots?
They are better shots for him statistically because he's unstoppable. He can when he was on the Heat, he was like the most robotic.
He was a highest efficiency player.
Yeah, like
he was averaging 60 from field goal, and I think like 44 and 3-point. But he didn't take that many 3-point shots though. A lot of it was within the key, within the 3-point line.
Exactly.
It was, yeah. But if you take that away, he has nothing else. And on top of that, he can steal the ball. He's one of the fastest dudes out there.
Wait, but you're saying that about LeBron if you take away his shooting?
Yeah, I don't think LeBron would be as great as he is today.
I think he would be.
He will be a John Stockton who can shoot post shots.
No, I don't think so. I think that LeBron is kind of like if you're gonna merge players together, I would do like Karl Malone and Magic combined. And then when his career got into its twilight or its latter years, he developed his jump shot because that's how the game was going.
I disagree. LeBron been starting his jump shot since Miami.
No, I'm not saying starting his. I'm not saying starting his jump shot. I'm not saying starting his jump shot. I'm saying that being like a part of his main go-to thing to do.
Which is he been doing? I don't get the John. You guys point. I think I'm lost here.
You lost me too, man.
Okay, all right. Let me try to find you. Okay, so LeBron's an attacking player, right?
Okay.
He's an attacking player. Yes, we all agreed with that.
Yep.
Okay, so
wait. You telling me he's a drive first, pass later player?
No, his scoring comes from
first, drive later.
Yeah, exactly. Like his points would come from driving the ball, free throws.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay.
Let's say
I agree.
If he wasn't shooting threes, he'll be doing more of that.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, and which is why, like, let's say Michael Jordan, another person that's unstoppable. He wasn't settling for threes, but also that's not where the game was at that time. So he was just doing that. He was getting to his spots, lifting for a mid-range shot, getting to the basket, making layups, dunking, where he has the greatest accuracy, just like everybody else in the NBA, and then hitting free throws at a good clip.
So when we say take away his jump shot, right? We're talking about taking away his jump shot entirely. And he's just driving the ball. That's what we're saying.
No, we can say that. Yeah, we can say that.
I'm asking what you were saying.
No, I'm saying if you take away LeBron's 3-point shooting ability,
okay,
he would probably still be the number one scorer in NBA history.
I mean, I guess only because if we only taking away 3-point shots, okay, I can see it because you're not taking away his ability to post up and shoot.
Giovanni, do you understand? Giovanni, do you understand what I mean now?
Yeah, I just still don't agree. That's all.
Okay, all right, no, that's fine.
Threes takes a lot. Threes is a lot of points, bro. I know it's like one more than two, but for some reason,
No, they add up. They add up.
that's what I'm saying. You know, like you can legit win a game or come back with just 3 points compared to twos. You know, so I don't know. I just feel because LeBron was shooting at such a high efficient rate that it's what propelled him to be at this level of why he's the NBA scoring champion. I mean, on top of that, his longevity too, fucking averaging like probably like 25 points a season at the very least.
Right.
It's just like, okay, you take away the threes, all he has is everything within that. I feel teams would just stop that easily. You know,
I don't think they could.
I don't know.
Yeah, well,
Like you take something away from him, is like he got to change his game up.
yeah,
Or they play him better. They
it's like
play him differently.
he basically kind of becomes like Giannis. You build the wall against Giannis, you pretty much
Oh.
start stopping him
Well,
offensively.
That's a
Giannis with a
good point.
post up.
There you
Giannis
go.
with a post up.
Yeah, and that would be, to me, that would be fine.
I mean,
That's just my opinion.
I
But
mean,
let's go back to Ben Simmons though. Can we go back to Ben Simmons now?
Okay, I don't agree with your take. We're
Okay,
just gonna
no,
agree to
yeah.
disagree.
Sure. So Ben Simmons, right, with his very limited arsenal of offensive gifts, right, that we can all say that we saw them, they've been exposed,
Yes.
still averaged between 14 and 16 points a game. Is that not being
Not
a
including
scorer?
last season.
No,
Not
yeah.
including last season. This is pre-mental issue Ben Simmons.
Yeah, but before Nets, let's say before the Nets,
Okay.
he was averaging between 14 and 16.
Well, I
Okay.
can tell you exactly what he was averaging, but yeah.
Okay.
You
Now
got
is
it.
that
I'm
is
sorry, go
that
ahead.
is that being a scorer to you guys?
But
No.
he's not he's a point guard. You know what I mean? He's
Yes.
he ain't Gilbert
You're
Arenas over here.
Yeah,
He ain't-
you're getting closer and closer to my point about Ben Simmons.
okay.
Is scoring 14 to 16, is that being a scorer, John Trout?
no.
What number is being a scorer, John Trout?
Well, he's not. I'm never going to call Ben Simmons a scorer because he's a point.
No.
he's a
His
point
question
guard.
was
Yeah,
I know.
please,
I'm answering it. I'm answering it. He's a pass first player. But if we want to talk about him being a scorer, like I'm expecting you to be a scorer on your team, averaging like at least 18, 20 points, somewhere around that range. Like I'm
22.
looking at.
I'll take 22.
I'm looking at you like kind of like a James Harden kind of. If we talking about a scoring point guard, something like a James Harden. Hey, hell, Westbrook averages 18 points. He's a scoring guard. If we're talking about a scorer, Ben Simmons is scoring because, you know, that's it. He's setting everybody else up. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's what he's doing. But like I said, if you want to talk about him being a GOAT, come on, I need more from you.
Okay. All right. I understand that. So let's say we set the bar at 8. Let's go between 18 and 19. Between 18 and 20. Let's say 19 points per game as a scorer.
Okay.
Okay? All right.
That's good for a point
John
guard.
Trout, is that fine? 19? Should
Sure.
we say 19?
Sure.
Okay. So 19.
As a
A
point
guy-
guard, yeah.
Wait, no, as a scoring player, as a scorer. That's what John Trout just said. As a
Okay.
scorer. If 19 is a scorer, and he's a non-scorer, averaging 16. But
I
he
see
does
your point,
you-
though. It's
but
3
you
points
do-
difference.
It's 3 points difference, which adds up. 82
Yeah.
game season, it adds up. But it's not that many points in the grand scheme of things, right? And remember, his team, because he's a pass first player, his teams have to be developed on offense. That's why
Yeah.
he was with Joel Embiid. They had Tobias Harris on his
They
team.
had Jimmy Butler.
They had Jimmy Butler. They have
Him and
scorers
Butler.
around him. They
And
have
one more player too. I forgot.
They have
Redick.
they've had great offensive players. Why does Ben Simmons have to average 19 points? If he has 3 people, but we can say what we want about Tobias Harris, but we have three people on his team that can do that. Why would he do that?
So
Oh, I was waiting for.
So, like I said, because this conversation was about him being the GOAT, right? Him being the GOAT. Now, I expect him, like I said, to improve his. It was always talk of him being the next big thing. And for him to take that step forward and improve on that to make himself an even better scorer, and also, again, like I said, the whole purpose of it was to free everybody else up as well. So, like I said, if he got that jump shot, if he got that post game, if we put him in that same thing you said with LeBron, LeBron didn't shoot threes, he's doing that. He's just like LeBron. He's unstoppable. Yeah, I heard what you said in the beginning. He was being compared to LeBron, and that's who cares? I really don't care about that. That's a mute point to me because at the end of the day, you could be Ben Simmons. You ain't got to be LeBron. You could be Ben Simmons. Just like LeBron was compared to Magic and everybody, but LeBron is LeBron at the end of the day. You stop and make your own shadow. So when you saying like when about him being a scorer and all this, and you got everybody else. Yeah, I get that, but that's not what the conversation around Ben Simmons is. It's not about him making everybody else great. It's about Ben Simmons himself being great. Now, if the conversation, like I said, if the conversation shifted, Ben Simmons, we're not putting Ben Simmons in GOAT category. He ain't in that category. He's always going to be a good player. When he got his head together, he always going to be a good player in my eyes, but I'm not putting him in GOAT category.
That's the nicest thing I've ever heard you say about Ben Simmons. I think we're making strides. Yeah, we're making strides right now. Because remember, in the beginning, you were saying he was whack, but that's what. Okay, we can. Let's keep rolling.
I was saying he was whack based on what was going on. Okay, based on what was happening, because even in the playoffs, he got exposed. You take away his ability to drive. You can't drive and kick if you can't drive. They took that away from him, and he got exposed. He can't do nothing. He's basically unplayable. Besides playing defense, let me catch myself there. On the defensive end of the floor, you always got somebody who's going to at least stop the number one. I think in that series he was bullying Trae Young. I think that was that series. So
no, I think he wasn't bullying him.
No, he was definitely playing great defense on Trae Young.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I refought. On the offensive side, he wasn't bullying him. That's what I should have said. Yeah, I remember everyone was talking like, bro, he weighs like 100 pounds. You tell him you can't do anything with that.
And then it's like, I'm also, for the 76ers specifically, I wish Ben Simmons really got to play this year, because I'm also going to take into account he was playing with Joel Embiid. Because I feel like you got two people who operate in the post, just like LeBron and Westbrook. I don't think Westbrook is a bad player. I think he was in a bad situation. So I kind of feel like if Ben got to play and show us what he was capable of with KD and Kyrie by his side, maybe there's a possibility at least driving the ball. Like I said, if you find your defined role, you can be great in your role. I mean, it'll make you the greatest of players. Like Draymond, I don't think he's the greatest of players, but for his role that he serves and what he does, he's probably elite in that category. Like I'm not going to sit there like if I'm naming like a top 10 power forwards. I don't think Draymond is hitting that list. But in terms of what he's doing right now, I would say, yeah, he's for the Golden State Warriors specifically, for the purpose he serves on that team. He is probably elite. He is probably like MVP right there, just for what he does on that team. But if you put him on another team, it's hard for me to say that he's gonna have that same performance, especially with the people around him that make him better. Because it's also about the people that's around you. I think Andre is saying that too. So,
John, and maybe this is to add to Andre's point, but I think what you're trying to say, John, is that Ben Simmons can average 16, right? But it's the way he's making those 16 that would make him at least better the following year. Like if instead of him driving, now he's averaging 16 with just all jump shots. That would show improvement, right? And that would add to he's getting better instead of just driving the whole time, no matter what points he gets.
I think that was like my whole argument with Andre, that at the end of the day, if he is gonna, like I said, because it was GOAT, Ben Simmons is the GOAT. So if that's how he's gonna be, can we year to year improvement? That's what I was talking about at the end of the day. Year to year improvement. I don't need you to come out this season and all of a sudden be Steph Curry. That's a high expectation. That you're gonna fail. I'm expecting, hey, you're gonna come, hey, let's.
Hey, you open, shoot it.
Yeah, like not even, and like I said, it doesn't have to be 3-point thing. Steph changed the NBA to make everybody shoot threes, but it's also very glaring that in today's NBA, damn near everybody's shooting threes, and you're supposed to be, who you are, and you can't even do that. So, like I said, I feel, hey, let's start around the key area. It doesn't even have to be 3-point line. Let's get around the paint. So at least if you're out there, you force somebody to come to you. versus everybody just backs off and is just waiting for you to come and drive. Like if you force somebody to come to you, that's open up a lane for somebody to get in behind them, is it not? That's basketball 1-on-1 right there. So if you're proving your abilities, you're also, no matter if he's not, even if he doesn't become that scorer, but if he has that ability that makes you believe, he can make a jump shot from that range, I gotta go defend him. That's one defender you pulling up from the paint. So even if you're feeding Embiid in that situation, you still, I mean, that's golden right there. Pick and rolls, like all that stuff. So,
do you guys think Ben Simmons should have not been a point guard and instead probably should have been a power forward? In today's NBA, he has the height. He can probably move around. He's very quick with it. Do you think that would have been better for him? Get a better, you get a whatever team he was on, get a good point guard and put Ben at the 4.
I don't know if that would help or impact at all, because I think that he is who he is. I think he is a generational player. Whether you call him a point guard or a power forward or a point forward or a small forward or a center. He was listed as a center at a point this year. We know he's never going to be called a shooting guard, but he can get any of those 4. He can get any of those 4 positions. He's still going to be the same guy, which is a great basketball player. I don't think the players that will be beside him in a rotation, I think they will always be the same. It will be 2 or 3 scorers and a big man, preferably, that can shoot a 3 or hit an outside shot. But when we are talking about his averages in scoring, when he has 3 players that average more than him, that makes him the 4th scoring option. When you're the primary ball handler and you average 14 to 16, that's exactly what teams look for. If we look at a list of scoring on teams, the 4th scorer is around 14 to 16. So why can't Ben Simmons be in that role in scoring and be A+ in the things he's A+ at?
Just don't call him GOAT. That's it. You can't.
But how
don't call him a GOAT.
No, wait. You could still be considered like a GOAT level player and average 14, 15 points a game.
Being considered GOAT level player is you can do everything.
Averaging 15 points a game is scoring.
But you can't do anything that's outside of a jump shot. He just can't shoot a jump shot. To be a GOAT, you should have at least everything.
Okay, well, the greatest player all time is up for debate, whoever you want to say, right?
I looked, I was waiting, like, what he's gonna say.
No, it's whoever you want to say. But the best players, the rarest air, is what? What filters would you have to make it to say, like, this is why these guys are the top 3 players ever, top 2 players ever, the best players
the game, doing everything from passing, from rebounding, from shooting, from impacting, from having that fucking, for me, having that fucking clutch gene. I'll give you the ball, but he's gonna take us to prominence.
It's hard to say that because we have different eras of the NBA. Magic Johnson was shooting 3s, and Shaq is not shooting 3s, and Shaq is not even shooting a jump shot, and but you gotta be a dominant force.
But no one calls Shaq a GOAT.
Yes, they do. They do call him a GOAT.
At center, yes.
They call him a GOAT. Yeah.
Yeah, but we're talking about just when you go to the barbershop, who's the GOAT in basketball? LeBron or Jordan? That's what
really,
they're gonna say.
That's really only 2.
But that's what I'm saying, though. But the mindset is just GOAT is this. They're not going to go down different categories and be like, oh, are we talking about GOAT as a center? Are we talking about during the 90s? Are we talking about during the early 2000s?
No,
you know what I mean? We don't get into that level.
GOAT means greatest of all time. There's a slew of players that are considered GOAT caliber players.
Okay, caliber, but they're not like GOAT. Because
a GOAT is you picking somebody. A GOAT tier, a GOAT caliber. It's a bunch of people, and whoever can pick whomever from that list. It's not just one. It's not the choices are not just LeBron and Jordan.
Andre, the acronyms for GOAT is greatest of all time. They're not saying greatest of all time as a center or as top 10. It's just who is the greatest basketball player ever. That's it. Period. There's nothing else under that. So when you want to come in and tell me, oh, no, we're talking about there's a slew of players, they're GOAT-like, but they're not the GOAT.
All right, so let me just spin something right now. You can pick it up or put it down. But I'm about to say something. Okay? So, people in the NBA with multiple, and I think I think I spoke to John Trell about this. He might know what I'm talking about already. Multiple MVPs and multiple championships.
Uh-huh.
There's only 9 players there. Okay? Then we have multiple championships, multiple MVPs, and multiple scoring titles. There are 4 players there. So if you're considering somebody a GOAT, shouldn't they be in that tier of players? Shouldn't they be in that 9 and that 4?
That's hard. I get it, but I guess what? Because I'm here thinking like, well, only Jordan got Defensive Player of the Year. LeBron did not. If you want to compare those two, you know what I mean? It's like there's a lot more stuff that for accolades.
But those are the biggest things that you can be awarded, like rewarded.
Me, I don't see scoring title as something great anymore.
Okay, that's fine.
That's a regular season award.
Okay.
You know, like you just scored. I'll just keep feeding you the rock at this point. Shit, Luka could have probably got that if just kept feeding him the ball. Does that mean he's great? He could achieve scoring thing and still have a losing record. You know what I mean? You're not gonna give MVP to a team under 500. So that's why I just see that scoring title not there. But Defensive Player of the Year, that's different.
No, I disagree with you. Defensive Player of the Year is nowhere close to the level of player that is a scoring champion. If we pull up 2 lists right now, you don't have to, but you pull the list up if you want to. Look at the defensive players of the year.
No, you're right, Dre. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm here thinking about you can do it on the front end and the back end because now you could just be a defensive player and like Rudy Gobert.
Yes, like Rudy Gobert. Yes,
I'm thinking 90s. I'm sorry. So I agree with you on that one.
I used to think Paul Gasol for Kwame Brown was the worst trade.
Wait, so what is the worst trade?
That Rudy Gobert trade.
Yeah?
Well,
you think so?
All them draft
it was good for the other team.
Yeah, it was good. It was good for Utah, I think, right?
And they still made the playoffs. I don't know, Dre.
You don't know about that.
It's just it's a lot, to me, a lot more variables to it, but
all right. Can you ask
I don't
me
like
the
to
question again?
see.
Or you want me to say the whole thing again?
I said, can you ask me the question again? I was caught up in listening to him. That I just want to make sure I hear the question clearly.
Okay. So here's the setup. I'm saying like to filter out who we can even say are the best basketball players, we have to have some type of criteria or filter or something. There's a lot of great basketball players. We have favorites, whatever. Now, players with multiple championships and MVPs, like more than one of each, that's 9 guys that ever played. And then we add one more filter to that, and that will be multiple MVPs, multiple championships, and multiple scoring titles. Now there's only 4 guys.
Multiple chips.
Mm-hmm.
Who are those 4 guys?
I'm looking at
Okay. Are you ready? Which list do you want first?
I feel like Michael Jordan and LeBron is on there. So
wait, you want
the four.
Okay, so we got Mike.
Multiple champions, right?
We got Mike. Mm-hmm. We got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We got Wilt, and we got Steph Curry.
I'm for your list because that means LeBron is not the GOAT. I co-sign 100%.
That's really funny. That's funny. But yeah, that to me, that like I've been thinking about this for a while. That's because I'm into basketball now. Like it's a part of my life now, and I'm thinking like I can't just be like Kobe's the greatest. I can't even say Kobe's top 10. I would just say Kobe is great. He's a great he's the best basketball player I've seen play. That I think he's the best player I've seen. But when you do filters like this, Kobe's not even in the second filter that I'm saying with 9 people. You know? So I have to put a lot of talking as men and critical thinking is putting your ego to the side. You know? Mm-hmm. So my biggest thing about the Ben Simmons thing was it's fine. You can disagree with me. I'm in the minority of thinking he's a great player. But when, like John Trell, you said it was like a stupid stance. I have my facts about why I have the stance. A stupid stance is one that's like you're just out here willy nilly, just saying whatever you want.
I am.
Me, no, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Are are you saying that for you to determine who's the great, take away egos
Mhm.
and look at stats?
Look at something, but it got to be fair to everybody. Just look at the greatest thing they could achieve. Did you achieve it? How many times did you achieve it? Who else did that with you? And I think we're talking.
So what will Bill Russell not be up there then? That's number one.
Yeah, so Bill Russell's in the list of multiple MVPs and multiple championships.
No,
He's in the
but
nine.
we're just
Yeah.
talking about stats. But doesn't he
Yeah,
have
yeah,
the
no.
most chips
Yeah.
ever?
Yes, yeah, he would be in that 9 group that I'm saying, which is multiple MVPs and championships. That's 9. He's in one of the 9 players. But then you filter out again, which means you were one of the best scorers in your time too. That list gets chopped up again, and now we have 4 guys.
Should you also add another filter? How much you scored in the playoffs? Like, what was your point performance? You see what I mean?
If
Like,
you want, if you want to, yeah.
But
If you
we
want
can
to,
keep on.
Yeah,
yeah,
but
no,
see,
yeah. The more,
this-
the better.
This is subjective. It's just his opinion because this is his thing. So
Oh, there's Andre. Oh,
yes,
okay.
according to the way he views it, this is the way he's bringing us into his mind. So
Okay.
and
okay,
according, I can't really disagree. It's your opinion. So I mean, so it's when you break it down like that, it's like, yeah, I can't really disagree. So it's like I just kind of gotta accept it. Shit, I don't know what else to say, man. You got me stumped.
Well, but that's Andre's opinion. You know what I mean? That's the way he's
Yeah,
creating
yeah.
his list, his Mount Rushmore and things like that. And I can't sit here and disagree on it. I just see it differently for myself. But
Like I said,
we
I
all grew up in
co-sign it.
different eras.
I'm with you just because LeBron
Yeah.
is not on the 4.
Respect. Yeah, respect.
I'm
I didn't grow up a big LeBron fan. Like you guys knew me in high school. I hated the guy. I
Yeah,
went
you're a
to
Kobe fan.
Yeah, I went to the Garden game where he had what do you have? He had 55, 11, and 9.
Yeah.
And I was so angry that I didn't go to school the next day because I realized he was the best player active at that time. I was so angry. I was so angry the next day. I was like, I'm like sick. I don't want to go outside. Nothing.
Damn,
Yeah.
that messed up your mental was like your psyche.
Yeah.
was just,
Yeah, no,
wow,
for real, I was really thrown off. Yeah, I was really thrown off.
LeBron really just changed the whole state, the whole
I
city.
still don't
He
like
got
LeBron.
you.
Still don't like
No.
LeBron. It's okay.
55, 11, and 9 in the Garden is crazy, man. That's got to be one of the best games in the Garden ever.
I
He's
guess.
whack.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fight John Cho on this.
That's funny. That is funny.
He's top 5.
Sure. In my list, he's top 9 for sure. That's
We're
that's
not
easy.
definitely
talking about
in your
top
list,
4.
That's
yeah.
easy.
We're
Yeah.
talking about 4 though. We're not talking about.
That
we're
means
talking
he
about
had 4. He
We're
doesn't
talking
make
about
the 4.
He doesn't make the 4. 4 is
Yeah.
more important right now.
4 is a better number than
The only
9.
thing that's different
Exactly.
is the scoring
Exactly.
title. That's the only difference.
We like even
Yes,
numbers.
scoring titles. Yeah,
But scoring
that's the
title
only
is-
filter. Yeah.
yeah. I'm not gonna disagree or go on to that.
Awkward silence. I like it when that happens in the podcast.
Nah, I was waiting to see if someone was gonna like, oh, yeah, just leave it at that then, I guess.
So, right, if we're breaking it down to, like you said, scorers, right?
No, we'll leave it like that. Fuck that.
If we're breaking down to scorers, right? So I don't think any of us considers Chris Paul a scorer.
Chris Paul is a scorer.
You
He
consider
is-
him a
he's-
scorer?
Yes.
Okay.
He's
Yeah,
a great
he-
scorer. Yeah.
Yeah, he can take over a game.
Yes. I've seen it happen.
But he's a point guard first.
Yes.
Point guard.
Yes.
So-
Point guard. Yeah. Point
That's
guard.
kind of his name. Yeah.
Because we have some years he's averaging like 16, 17 points.
That's really close to your number that you thought of. 18. That's
Actually,
really
I said
close.
18.
That's
I
really
said
close.
18 to 20. I said 18 to
He's
20.
right there.
I had 18
Yeah,
to 20.
yeah.
And
Okay,
I was
okay.
like, if we, like I said, if we're going down that category, right?
Mhm.
If Ben Simmons got to 17, right?
He's knocking
Chris-
at the door for you.
Chris Paul could do everything. Like I'm just saying, like
yeah,
at
but
17.
Chris Paul is very old. Let's not forget
No,
that.
no, I'm looking at his career. I'm not talking about. I'm looking at his whole career right now. I ain't talking about right now.
Yo, that's the hottest take you said today. Chris Paul, very old.
Chris Paul need to go home. So with Ben, like We difference of opinion here, right? Y'all believe y'all label Chris Paul as a scorer. I don't. I think he looks to set up team first. I mean, if needed, when it's time to step up, and Chris Paul takes over games.
He would have taken over that Houston series against the Warriors if it wasn't for injury.
I don't call him scorer first. So that's
same way we don't call LeBron scorer first either.
LeBron is a bum though. So
LeBron is not a bum, bro. LeBron is not a bum. He is. What is he? 40 or some shit? He's still averaging fucking 25.
John Cho. You know what, John Cho? 25 is more than 20.
It is.
And 18.
It is.
So he's a scorer.
It is.
LeBron's not a bum, bro. Come on. Where's Wade? Oh, I forgot. He retired. His knees hurt.
Third best shooting guard in NBA history. So I'm good. I'm happy.
Would have been James Harden.
No,
would have been up there. He got better.
Get him out. He's goat for beards. That's all he is. So
MVP? No respect for MVP?
Like I said, when it comes to beards, he's
no
the
respect
GOAT.
for triple-double MVP over here?
Look, he could be like the fifth. All right? So
the fifth. Who's the fourth?
I need some time on that. Give me some time.
Oh, so you're just
Ray
leaving
Allen?
a little filler.
AI.
But he was listed as a point guard first and foremost.
He was not no damn point guard. I don't care.
I know he wasn't, but he was listed as a point
what
guard.
He was listed as.
LeBron is listed as a small forward, but he could be a point guard. Like,
it's crazy.
Look what he's listed at.
No, when I type in AI, it's not Allen Iverson anymore.
It's Andre Iguodala.
It's
artificial.
Is it Andre Ingram?
Andre Ingram's crazy.
That's a real player though.
It's not either of those guys. Wow.
Is it Microsoft's AI?
Yeah. I have to type in Allen Iverson now. Dang, that's crazy.
I believe he's listed.
Can't
as
just
point
type
guard.
in. No, it says point guard, shooting guard, combo guard.
Yeah, but he was first. Anyway, who's talking? I'm searching shit up. That's why.
That's funny. No, he was both. He was a combo guard. He was just short.
I know he was both. I'm just saying
yeah.
he was first more point guard than them. Just later on, he's like, fuck it. Just put me label as a shooting guard then.
I had a question for Andre, but first I want to know: Are we done talking about Ben Simmons? Are we?
I think that I hit a home run on this podcast episode.
Yeah, whatever.
I hit a
hot take. Okay.
I hit a.
You got Skip Bayless over
run.
here.
We got
Skip.
The baseball is just like I hit like I bunted, but the ball was just like jumping around the field and nobody could pick it up. So I'm like running around and I scored.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, sure.
That's what happened.
Sure.
Yeah, that's what
And then it went foul, and then you started all over again.
That's funny. That's funny.
Are you a baseball fan?
Yeah, I went to the Yankees game Thursday. Actually, that was my first game of the year.
Are you like keeping up at least with players? Like I know there's a lot of teams, a lot of players, but are you keeping up somewhat?
I'm more interested in the pitch clock now. That's the most interesting thing in sports to me right now.
Why you think it fucks up their rhythm?
I don't know if it does, but the games are shorter, and that usually a change to a rule change doesn't impact the game so much so soon. You know,
it's like a whole hour. From 3.5, it's like 2.5 now.
That's a game changer, man. It's a game changer.
You remember when everybody stopped flopping for the first month and then kept flopping after that?
Yeah, because they figured it out. Yes. Yep.
I don't know. I'm one of those people who never complain about the length of the game. I enjoyed it. It was 3 hours. I was fine. I enjoyed the game. There's a mastery to it when it comes to pitching. Staring the hitter down, waiting. You know, if it's a person on first or second, you know, playing the mind games like, am I going to throw it first? Am I gonna do a pitch out? Am I, like things like what pitch am I gonna throw? An off speed, and then the guy just ends up running because of how slow it takes, or fastball. You know, now I have to look at the clock, be like, oh shit, I got 12 seconds. Let me throw it real quick. You know, and then they have that also part that like the hitter can only stop once to be like, oh, let me fix my gloves and everything. I did hate that though, but once you already hit that point, like Max Scherzer was doing, he's like, okay, now I know you can't stop me. Okay, 1, 2. I'm going to wait. Then I'm going to throw at the last second. Or the moment you're in the back, I'm throwing the ball.
Yeah.
And it's I get the MLB, but they're listening too much to the people who are normies, who not really watching the game. They're just tired like, oh, my God, it's such a long thing. Like nobody complained about that for baseball. And then on top of that, in the 90s, a lot of people pitch fast. It was just rhythm turn thing. It just like later on, and I kind of attribute this to Jeter. Every time a ball comes, they want to go back. Let me fix my gloves. You telling me you didn't swing? I gotta fix my gloves again? You telling me you got loose or something? Come on,
Yo.
like that's the thing.
No, they're not
bothers
perfect.
me.
They're not perfectly snug. It doesn't feel perfect. Yeah, like
I gotta do my little ritual. Like, let me crack my neck. Oh,
Yeah,
now I can
yeah,
hit the
yeah.
ball. Like,
Right,
come
yeah.
on. You,
No, but you know what I
fucking
like
prima
too?
donnas.
In between innings, there's also a clock.
Oh,
Yeah, I
oh.
think it's a 2-minute clock, if I'm not mistaken. So like as soon as the out is recorded, it's like a clock starts. And I was like, yo, look at that clock up there. I didn't know that was a thing.
You think
But it
before it
makes
was like
sense.
5 minutes?
I think before it was like whenever they're ready to play, honestly.
But like, come on, give me time to use the bathroom. I gotta get my beer and shit. That's a long line. If y'all want to put a pitch clock, you're gonna have to fix that line in Yankee Stadium. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, like when you said they made this rule change for the normies, right? I feel like baseball, America's pastime, quote unquote. I haven't felt like that my whole life, but I kind of feel like they made this change more for people like me. I just started watching baseball for the first time this year because the game is faster. If I watch baseball, it's because I wanted to go to sleep. I'm be 100%. Like,
wow.
Because shit take forever. Like we might be on one guy batting for like fucking 15, 20 minutes sometimes. Like hitting balls and shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's like that's a real thing that happens in baseball. Like dude, like can we either get you out or get on the base already? Like hurry it up.
You do know that's a good thing though.
Not for a casual fan. Like, basketball, football, that's the sports I deal with, so I'm going to stay there. Basketball, football, you run in, there's a clock constantly running all the time. It's only going to be 48 minutes unless we get OD fouls and, take forever for penalties.
It's never
shit
48
like
minutes.
Well, like I said, when we ain't out of counter for penalties, stops and all that shit, it's different.
Halftime, fucking 40 minutes.
They trying to speed that up too, but it's it's kind of like, at least the game is going. Like you be stuck here with one guy on at bat for such a long period of time sometimes, and like you said, it's boring watching. Like, dude, you just finished fucking swinging and you got to readjust your shit already. Like, you got to step back, look up the sky, do one of them swings. Like, dude, like, come on, like, can we move with it? Like, I get what you said with the pitchers and playing a mental game. I get that, but half the time is not the pitchers. I feel like half that time is cut
it's
down
always the
just
batters.
because of the batters. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
I
agree.
And
I think the pitch. Oh, sorry.
and it's for me, like I've really like kind of, I'm not gonna say I've taken a liking. I just started watching it more this year. Like once they said all this stuff, because I was interested in the pitch count stuff too, and I feel like I'm able to sit through a game and be entertained because I feel like everything is happening. Like even if the dude is there for 15-20 minutes, at least it's happening fast. Like, you come and pitch after pitch after pitch, versus it's a pitch, you might be waiting for a couple minutes. Pitch, waiting for a couple minutes. Pitch,
That's too funny.
It's different, And also, I kind of really feel like, they're also trying to get more people's eyes on the sports because that's mostly the big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think another thing about the pitch clock and the reason for the change and they really changed the sport like in 1 year right now. Like they changed the sport already. I think that so much of their revenue comes from the TV deals, and I don't think people are sitting in front of the TV for three and a half hours watching a game. You know what I mean? Like when I was at the game, it was my first time with the clock, whatever, first game of the season, and I was like, "Yo, this is happening really fast. Like the game is flying by." But I know when you're at the game, it's 3.5 hours. It's fine. You have beers. You're talking to your people. Every pitch, you have a whole
It kind of
conversation.
moves fast. In my opinion, when you're sitting there.
Yeah, but when it was the 3-hour way, it was like every pitch you could like, all right, now let me do something else until the pitcher's ready. Now it's like you got to be glued to it because every 20 seconds or whatever the clock is, I think it's like 20 seconds, you're getting something else.
I think I know it's like if somebody's on base. No, I think it's 15 seconds. When somebody's on base, it's like 20. They give you more time.
Yeah,
That's a
but
picture.
the game was flying, man. Like I was like when I was having a conversation with one of my buddies, it was like I missed like 3 pitches and the guy was out, and I was like, oh snap! Like I should have been looking at the game.
I agree with the pitch clock when it comes to the batters. That shit, them coming off and off, is very annoying. But when it comes to the pitcher, they shouldn't really have a time. The batter should just stick there. Like obviously, we're not gonna sit here for 30 seconds, right? But a Mets fan, so I'm going to be paying attention to Mets pitchers. But like Matt Scherzer, he's in it. He's trying to figure out what pitch I'm going to throw. He's very focused, and it kind of adds like, could you like, you know what I mean? Like bottom of the ninth, bases are loaded. You're telling me because of the way the new, the new pitch clock, yeah, because of the new pitch clock, if he doesn't hit that time, it's an automatic walk. Or strikeout, depending what the rules are. And look, game is over. World Series is over because of a rule a rule thing. You know, I think it's just let the pitchers. They know when they go on to throw the ball because it throws them off. Let that chess match happen. If a batter's still there and it's like 7-9 pitches later, I think that's a great thing because a pitcher has a certain amount of pitches to throw. Once they start hitting the high 80s. The managers are like, you're going to have to get out real soon, no matter what inning it is. If a batter can do that, that's great. That's like in basketball equivalency, how many fouls you got? Oh, I got you to 5 already? That's great. You know, I just hate the way they've taken away the integrity of the game, the chess match between the pitcher and the batter. You know,
No, I think that I know we're blaming the batters a lot for stepping out.
Yeah.
But if you, like the same way you said with the gloves with Jeter, if you're a pitcher, you got to touch that sandbag for grip every pitch, and one at bat is 11 pitches. That you're there for a long time, just touching that bag after every pitch. That's kind of
if the ball touches the floor, yeah, because they have to like get it again. I get it. I do get that.
I'm saying the pitchers are just as fault. I think the pitchers are worse than the batters. I think,
but they should let the batters. They should let the pitchers have more control over the bat. Then, I mean, over the ball. What is the problem with pitchers having like pine tar or whatever? I was never against that because if you give them more control, then they can really hit the corners of the batting box. The batter has to adjust for that. Swing in, you know what I mean? Don't always pull for the fences and stuff. You know, that's part of the game. You know, nowadays if you're a righty, they always gonna pull to the left. You know, nobody knows how to switch hit anymore. You know, if we go with the Yankees, Stanton can't do that and Judge can't do that. You know what I mean? And for the Mets, Alonso can't do that.
I think that's the most overrated thing in baseball. I think switch hitter.
They stopped that too. You can't shift the infield anymore.
Yeah, no, that's a good feature because now everybody everybody was pulling, so everybody was shifting. Every batter got a shift.
No, look at David Ortiz. My man cannot really hit opposite side of field. It's very, very small, right? Yeah. So they shifted everybody to his strong side. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's good because you're playing against, I guess, his weakness or his offense or whatever. It's like a basketball player. Like, if I only could go right, then I'm going to force you left. But now you're telling me I can't do that as an infield? I have to stay within, I can't shift the third baseman. Yeah,
I think it was a great rule. I think it was a great rule. I think they're changing everything for the better now. I'm very happy.
I think they changed everything to bring more people back because now they got these inflated contracts and they got to pay these people somehow. They got to get the revenue. Yeah. Ain't no way. Otani might get $500 million.
As he should, man. As he should.
I agreed.
That's a strenuous game, baseball. Like that's That's crazy.
I agree. It's just that the numbers are getting crazy at this point. Now, football players who deal with a lot more don't even get nowhere near that.
Whoa. That's a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother
I know, but I just feel bad, bro. Like, or at least give them benefits when they retire.
See, that's the.
If you don't want to give them that much, then give them something like concussion. Give them something.
We're talking about football players?
Yeah, I'm not trying to get into football. I'm just saying.
I was gonna say, look, all they gotta do is give them fully guaranteed contracts. Then we done.
But that doesn't work either.
Yes, it does. That fixes a lot of problems. If you give a fully guaranteed contract,
it makes way more problems.
I mean, look at every other sports league though. Like everybody else got fully guaranteed contracts.
And look at how people. Think about
everybody. It depends what you sound like. Chris Paul's contract next thing is not fully guaranteed. It's half guaranteed.
No, but as soon as they opt in or opt out, the decision is made. There's no.
It's like a team option though, but
yeah,
it's like with football. It's like you get. It's like a twofold problem, right? Because if we fully guaranteed a contract in football, right? There's only one player right now, maybe two. Kirk Cousins is probably the one who consistently gets fully guaranteed contracts, but he's not like a top tier player.
I thought Mahomes got a fully guaranteed.
No, he does not have a fully guaranteed contract. Made me lose my train of thought.
Fully guaranteed.
Yeah, when it comes to when you fully, at least the NFL side, if you fully guaranteed their contracts, it feels like I don't really think you'll get like the NBA problem of players dictate everything in NBA. I can't speak for baseball because I'm not familiar with it, but in the NBA, they, because of their contracts, they fully dictate everything. But at the same time, NBA players are on a level playing field when it comes to being paid contracts versus NFL, especially amongst quarterback. No matter who the quarterback is, next man up to get paid is the highest man to get paid, regardless of how good or bad that quarterback is. I mean, unless he's an absolute bum, that's a different story. Dak Prescott does not deserve the contract he got.
Come on, you calling Prescott a bum now?
No, I'm not calling him a bum.
Okay, all right.
Like, I ain't really trying to go deep, but we have. If we're gonna, I might leave a name off because I'm not thinking everybody. But if we talk about the elite cream of the crop quarterbacks, we're probably gonna say Mahomes, Rodgers. Who else?
I'm sorry. I was thinking of Randy Savage, cream of the crop. I don't know if you guys saw that promotion, but I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
We talking like Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes. I mean, depending on how you feel, Lamar Jackson, maybe. It depends. I think he's a conversation. Who else? I can't think of nobody else off the dome right now. But let's just say those three. I feel like those three quarterbacks right there, let's just say hypothetically, if 250 was the cap, they deserve that 250, right? Versus now we got somebody like, I don't know, like fucking Jimmy G had one good season, had 2 good seasons. Next man up, all of a sudden he's gonna be paid more than, you know, those 3 quarterbacks name. On paper, that don't make sense to me. Never makes sense to me. Like I like NFL. I feel like they shoot themselves in the foot with this stupid process because it's always, no matter who you are, it's just next man up, highest man paid. And if you fully guaranteed contracts, they would have to definitely bring that down. Like, you know, how, like, I want to believe is because of how the structure is with NBA that, you know, like if LeBron is making 40, 46, right? It's hard to say unless, you know, you get all this other, the different specifications for being a max player now, super max contracts, all that shit. If you don't reach that level, like I think Steph Curry was the last to get that. I think, like, and he hit like 50 something, and
51.
Then so he had 51,
He's
and then
gonna hit 51.
And then I think LeBron is like a 46, but he could have. I don't even know if he could have, but because he's new to the Lakers, relatively hasn't been there for a long time, and also because his age, he's capped out at a certain thing. Like if they start operating like that, maybe it'll make a difference on how fully guaranteed contracts will work in NFL. But if today they just said, hey, we're going to make every contract fully guaranteed, you're right. I think there's going to be a lot of problems with that. So
I did a quick search. There's actually 3 players currently who has a fully guaranteed contract.
What are those names?
Deshaun Watson, Aaron Rodgers, and Josh Allen.
Aaron Rodgers just got that.
I know, but it's the way you made it seem. I thought it was like not many people had it. Like it was like a mystery, like a mist in the air.
No. There's for the longest period of time.
You said Kirk Cousins. That nigga's old.
Yeah, like for the longest period of time, Kirk Cousins he was like for like the past 5 years, I think he kept getting fully guaranteed contracts. But like you said, it's 3 and there's 32 teams, and then on top of the 32 teams, how many other positions you got that you only got three people who have fully guaranteed contracts?
I think I have more contracts actually. Deshaun Watson, Trayvon Walker, Joe Burrow. I mean, they're different positions, obviously, but it's fully guaranteed here.
I don't know about Joe Burrow being fully guaranteed because he's still on his rookie contract.
Sorry, I was looking it up. Anyway, go ahead, guys. I'm sorry. I was looking up sporttrack.com, and I could see all the people who have 100% guarantee. Like, I could see, like, Lamar Jackson's only getting 51% of his contract. That's guaranteed.
They're all, like, incentives. Everything else is incentive-based.
Which is crazy, man.
And sometimes the incentive is just, like, making it to the season, you know?
Playing one game.
Yeah, that's why, like, that's why they get cut right before. Like, they got to make a decision about if they're paying them or not. And that gives the leverage to the teams. That's what the NFL would like. You know, that's what every sports team, every sports organization wants is the leverage.
Yeah, but
that's what business is about, having leverage. Yeah, you know, if an employee has more leverage than you.
But you're making the money off the backs of these players. You got to give them a lot more because without them, you're not making this type of money.
No, but you know, conversely, the sports organization is putting these players in a position to make this money. If there's huge sports that are not as like, let's say with basketball, it's clearly just not the and it's clearly just the NBA because let's say the WNBA and the G League, they have great players, but they don't have the platform like the NBA does.
No, no,
They
no,
don't
no,
have the
no,
fans
no.
like the NBA does.
They don't have the entertainment value like everybody else.
No, that's
You
your,
could give
but
them
no,
all
but
the
that's
promotion and
your-
everything, but
no,
who's
that's
gonna want to watch them?
No, that's your point of view.
It's a lot of people's point of view.
The entertainment factor.
Who the fuck is
not-
watching WNBA?
No, but
But-
the hold on real quick, John. It has to start with how popular the sport is today, so you can say what the how popular it is, and it has to come from the past efforts. It's not the people today aren't making the sport as big as it is. It already happened. They're getting paid off of money that was earned in the 2000s and 2010s. That's why the NBA is so big. That's why the WNBA is so small. They're all scaling and building up.
So you're telling me that WNBA 5-10 years from now are gonna be $20 million contracts?
No, maybe like 100 years from now. That there's no entertainment. You're right. It's boring. You know what I mean? They got to do some adjustments.
Like basketball.
I was, you can't really say like I feel like entertainment is the wrong word to use here because I wouldn't say it's not entertaining. It's just you don't care about it, right?
Yes, followed. Yeah.
Yeah. and
Okay,
it's more,
that means it's not entertaining.
no, it's
Things
not
that
about
you
not being
care about.
no,
Yeah,
no,
exactly. Yes,
no,
John. Yes,
no,
John.
No,
Go,
'cause
John.
entertaining is different because you could watch if it's just basketball we're talking about. I'm pretty sure you could watch a WNBA game, but there's nobody named LeBron James in the WNBA, so you really don't give a shit.
I mean, we got Candace Parker.
All right, yeah,
No.
but are you gonna go watch a WNBA game because of Candace Parker? Does he have?
Well,
the
they
same...
don't make it easy. That's one thing. I don't even know if the game is on. But then,
So
if I
they come
am
on. They
watching-
come on. They
Exactly.
come on MSG just like the Knicks.
Yeah, but when's their season in the summer?
Like I said, if you,
I don't
if you
know when
follow
their
it,
season
You don't even know
is.
when
if you
the
follow
season
it,
is. That's
exactly. If you
crazy,
follow
man.
it, it's
Yeah.
different. That's not like I can't. I wouldn't use the word
Okay.
entertainment because if you just love basketball, you can watch a WNBA game. It's not it's not like they fucking looking like me throwing
Listen,
up
I'd
missing
rather
every fucking
watch-
shot I take.
I'd rather watch 10-year-olds in the park playing basketball than WNBA.
See, you're not
think that's
alone
not-
in
I
that.
think
You're
that's
not
not-
alone in that.
I don't know what it is. I try to watch WNBA to see what it is, but I'm like, shit. I'm 30 years old. I think I could dominate. I'm being very stupid and egotistical, but I just feel like the fundamentals are bad. I just like I'm watching people who just started to play basketball yesterday and they got a platform. That's what I feel like the WNBA. Like
Yeah,
the
man,
biggest thing to hate was Brittany Griner because she could dunk the ball when she was
it's
coming
like,
out.
It's like the guy Bronny. He's more followed than the whole WNBA. He's one player that's not even a pro.
And I think because he wasn't LeBron's son, he probably would get something like that if just being a player as he is, But because he's LeBron's son, is a whole different story. But I don't know, John. I see a platform. If you can entertain, it gives it worth in today's world. It gives it value. It gives it money. The TV deals,
platform,
the
like-
advertising.
Has to be followed before this
Yeah,
current day,
'cause
though.
it's like-
from
it's
the
NBA,
past.
but basketball itself is just followed. Like
But
No, but it's
what-
because of how lit basketball has been for generations, Joe.
it's like
WNBA is not lit like that.
Yeah, because it's like I'll use it in a different sport in football. It's like I think the XFL is a good football product, but am I gonna go watch the XFL? No, because there's nobody in it. I don't give a fuck about the XFL.
but
It's a
how's
brand
that
new
different from
platform.
WNBA?
Because it's the same shit. It's football and it's basketball. Like
But it's not entertaining.
Yes, it is.
It don't matter
entertaining.
who
No, it is
It's
entertaining. It's entertaining.
Like entertaining is subjective. I think that's the best way to
Yes.
say it because
Okay, but let's
we
talk about the
already
masses.
have. Yeah, no, we're talking about this conversation here. I can't speak for the masses. I can only speak for myself and maybe the people.
I'm glad you said that.
So when it comes
Yeah,
when it
but-
comes to entertaining, like it's like you found this episode of the Flash Entertainment, didn't you?
Yeah.
I didn't. That was a piece of shit. You see how subjective that is.
Shoot. Oh,
So
shoot.
that's a different conversation.
Okay,
for
but if
another
you
day,
wanted to
but
talk this
it's
conversation, just keep
subjective.
things here, then a lot of things we said could have been changed for the whole thing.
But we talk.
You know what I mean?
again,
But we
it's
also
subjective. I can't-
adding other things that we heard about on TV. Just a collective agreement of things.
Yeah.
Is all that. If
But
you,
it's
you
hard.
would've
It's
told me
hard.
from the
It's
beginning
hard.
like that, it's hard.
It's hard to say like it's just not entertaining if nobody. I mean, if there's nobody watching it, you can't really say something's not entertaining if you never watched it.
John Tro, have you seen a packed stadium in WNBA?
I don't watch WNBA
Even the
games, so I can't answer that question.
But Giovanni, that's because they don't have the following, and the stadium is too big for them. Like, let's say the Garden is too big for the Liberty. It's too big. You know what I mean?
I'm
Yeah,
sure
like,
Iona
I'm
College
sorry.
can fill it up.
Didn't we just celebrate? I think it was the Phoenix WNBA team getting their own practice facility for the first time. Like,
See, like,
wasn't
that's
that a
nuts,
big thing
man.
that they
That's
got?
nuts.
They
That's nuts.
just got a practice facility. Like,
They still
I must
take
be
like
lost.
team buses and shared plane rides and stuff. You know that the
Oh,
league
I
they
thought they
don't
took
make
the MTA.
no the league is not profitable. You know what I mean? If the league is not profitable, there's not going to be any push
I
to,
think LeBron's contract this year could support the entire WNBA.
yeah, LeBron can buy the look. But all right, now let's talk about contracts real quick. I don't know how long you guys got.
Let's
But
just
let's
let's just keep it moving.
leave
Yeah,
it.
go ahead.
Okay, all right. Wait, you want to end it?
No. Talk the contracts.
Okay, all right. So the contracts, all right. So if Ben Simmons is making $8 million a year, nobody would say any of this stuff about him. I'm just gonna say that.
That's
fact, right?
that's a whole fact.
That's the whole
Yeah,
fact. I'll be
sorry,
like,
no,
he's
yeah,
worth
that's
it.
what I'm
He's
saying.
worth
Yes,
that. He's worth
that's
that
what I'm
money.
okay.
Yeah.
All right then. But then you got, let's say, John Wall and Bradley Beal. I believe together they're almost at $1 billion of total earnings, right? But why aren't they treated this poorly, like Ben Simmons is being treated right now?
Because they're not Ben Simmons.
Because they're not Ben Simmons.
Wait,
Exactly.
why is
yes.
John Wall being treated?
No,
sparingly?
why-
I'm sorry.
So Ben Simmons is like pooped on every day, right? Every day.
Yeah.
Including today in this convo. But Bradley Beal and
Mhm.
John Wall have amounted to literally nothing in the NBA and have stolen money from the NBA.
No, John Wall did not steal any type of money, bro. He got injured. Come on.
I don't make the rules, Joe. If you're not playing, then how are you earning your contract if you're
The
not?
person who stole the most was was Chandler Parsons. That motherfucker stole money.
Well, he played and also got injured.
Yeah,
So
but
what's
he
the
was-
difference?
He was whack.
No, he
trash,
was
bro.
not whack. He was not whack.
He was trash. There was a lot of players who was trash.
John Wall was good on a small market team, right? That's what we would call it, a small market team.
No,
So he didn't have
this is a big market team.
Okay, he didn't have that many eyes on him. That makes a difference. You know, I think Philadelphia is a bigger market than Washington.
It's
So
bigger than
whatever
Washington.
he was doing, it like I think
They
like,
are a big
it's
market,
like
but they
it's like
got-
the it's like the Westbrook conversation, right? Westbrook, everybody they didn't give a shit about Westbrook was doing. He averages triple doubles. He was celebrated, but as soon as you put him on a championship aspiration team, that man got the OD fucking magnifying glass about every little thing he did. So it's different.
Yeah, I don't see John Wall fucking stealing money, bro.
Hey, but you said the same thing about Chandler Parsons, that he was stealing money, but he got hurt too. So you're just not being fair.
John Wall could take over a game though. John Wall was
John Wall cannot play basketball.
anymore. He can still play now. They just don't want him to play.
Okay.
Right or wrong?
That's right, but he cannot play. No matter how you slice it, whatever the reason,
He can't play
cannot
probably current NBA.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about, Joe.
Yeah, but that is he has the ability to play, but because
Chandler
of
Parsons has the
game-
ability too. He got hurt just like John Wall got hurt. Not as bad, but you know,
Anyway, Lonzo Ball is better than Ben Simmons. I've been wanting to say that since the beginning.
he hasn't. Gosh, okay.
This is Lonzo Ball.
I am the cream. I am the cream, yeah.
Lonzo Ball is better than Ben Simmons.
Okay, so I'll make my last Ben Simmons thing, and it's about him not having to get better.
Yo, I had a question for you that I never got around to, but go ahead.
All right, so I work with basketball players now too, and when it comes to adults, you can't force an adult to do anything they don't want to do. You know, you can give them incentives to bring them to, like, hey, if you you could put the carrot in front of their head, in front of their face, if they're gonna reach for it or not. But when it's an adult, and then you got super rich adults, you're probably less likely to get them to be who you want them to be. You know what I mean? I think Ben Simmons, before the epic breakdown, was fine. I think he could have had his whole career like that. He's eventually going to develop a jump shot because when you play for 10 years, that just happens. But I think he was fine to stay this level until something changed.
For the sake of argument, he does have a jump shot. It's just not in NBA games. We've seen it.
I just don't. I think he just doesn't want to shoot it.
Yeah, it's a low
It's a
percentage
mental
shot.
thing.
No, it's a low percentage shot for him. So why would he want to shoot it? That's really what it comes down to.
Well,
You
I
got-
get it.
yeah.
Why? But that's why you practice every year and you keep doing it in game to keep on trying.
I don't think it works like that. I think
Dre,
that I
let
think
me
it's
ask you something.
yeah.
Let me ask you something, Dre. But
Yeah.
we're playing ball, right? you started practicing a left hand teardrop, right? You're gonna try it in the game, are you not? Or you're only gonna do it in practice? Are you not going to try it when we're playing?
Yeah, I'm gonna try it when we're playing. But if there's any type of stakes, like let's change the dynamic of it. If I'm playing a one-on-one match against you and I want to win really badly, like I have won in the past, if I just need to win,
after stepping on my ankle, sure.
no, if I just need to win,
yeah.
no, I'm not gonna start doing my lefty push shot that I've been practicing. No, I'm not. I'm gonna do what's best for me. If we're just playing a casual 3-on-3 or casual full, whatever, and there's nothing on the line, it's just like, oh, practicing. I'll try it then. But remember, he's in the NBA when every game is important, when every shot could get you benched, every shot you get looked at. Just
Ben
like
Simmons was not getting benched until the Nets season when he just fucking fell off.
That's not true. I'll bring you back to it. Ben Simmons got a coach fired because in the end of the game, he wanted to play. And the coach did not let him play. He would bench him every time because there was a lead. And there was a hack of Simmons before this, before the Hawks series. Yeah. When he got benched, he didn't like it, and a coach got fired. Therefore, Doc Rivers never benched him. That's why he's looked at this way. That's really the reason why it's like he's a brat. He is a brat, like you mentioned in the clip when you had this man. He is a spoiled NBA player. Yeah, but all of the generational players are spoiled. That's what they deserve. They're the best. They're the best product the NBA has. You have to protect them and do what they want.
Going like what John said in the beginning of this, Ben does not have it in him. I would take those practice shots that I'm working on and work on it. Kobe could not shoot left-handed. He practiced that. But when the opportunity was there, he did it. He just did it. Remember those couple shots? He's like, fuck, let me just fucking do it. And he did it. What are you going to do? Oh, because it's not a high efficient shot, let me just do my most efficient shot with my right hand, no matter the time. You still got to try in regular season games. You know what I mean? You have to try it. And again, you got to get familiar. You got to get comfortable with it. You're never going to get comfortable if you don't try it, even if, I get it. The playoffs is coming, stakes on the line, whatever. But at the same time, because you don't do it often, you might get that shot off because they don't expect it. You got to do you're getting paid, even if it was $8 million, you're getting paid a lot of money than the average people in America. You're at this point, you made it, bro. Once you pass your rookie contract, you made it. Even if you got a rookie and you top 25 draft, you made it, bro. But you got to keep improving. You're not going to sit here and say, oh, I'm only going to do it. Let me just stay with my most efficient shots. They take that away, then you're going to have to evolve, which is what happened. How you fix that? During the beginning, during the summer league, during all these things, let me start shooting threes. Hey, they leave me open, fuck it. Giannis, they left him open all the time. He said, you know what, y'all leave me open? All right, I'm shooting these threes now. I'm not going to be graded, but now I'm a threat. Even when, not all the time, but when I'm hot, I'm a threat. That's just my take. We probably wouldn't be talking about this if he wasn't getting paid $30+ million.
That's
still
a
in the contract
point.
for 2 more years, 30 something.
And he deserved it because of his past work. That's how people get contracts. It's what you did and then what you're projected to do in that contract.
And the 76ers did not want to let him leave either. Yeah. Because if he was still in his rookie contract, let's just say hypothetically for this conversation, if his rookie contract could have lasted more than 3 years or even 6-7 years, let's keep it baseball rules. You know how they have arbitration? You get a rookie contract in the beginning, and the arbitration doesn't jump that much.
Right.
If they could do that for Ben Simmons, he would have been in that range. They would have not maxed him out. They only did that because, we have a very good dynamic here. We have Joel Embiid and we have Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is really good. He could become something great. You know what? Let me pay him on the potential of what he could be. I'm not paying him what he is now. It was the potential. But then he's like, I'm sure 10 years from now, we're going to look back like he had one of the worst contracts ever. In retrospect.
I disagree. I think that he'll rebound, but we got to see.
I hope he rebounds. I really like Ben Simmons. I hope he can come back and be a great. I didn't want him on the Nets. I wanted him on a low market team when nobody was paying attention, so he could just do whatever fuck he wants to go crazy. And then we'll be like, oh, wow, Ben Simmons is really good. Or, now he can improve his game and experiment all these other things. But he landed on the Nets, which is New York at the end of the day. And it's like playing for the Knicks. You do something wrong, they'll boo you out the fucking stadium. And by the way, Chandler Parsons did not score more than 16 points. He did not average. John Wall did. Just saying.
I mean, yeah, you threw that in there at the end, but okay, that's fine.
Just saying. I guess we can end that here unless anyone has a take.
Like I had a question for Andre for the longest. All right, yeah, I wanted to talk about baseball. I respected it. Now let me have my time. All right. Hey Andre, how you doing?
I'm good, John. What's going on, man? So what's up?
So like you've said, you deal with basketball a lot more now. You deal, with the youth. You do a lot of good things now. So I wanted to hear your opinion. How did you feel about what Giannis said when he got eliminated?
I would need to see the clip. Can I read it real quick?
Go ahead, take your time.
Giannis.
While we waiting, I'm just gonna say they overblow Giannis missing all those free throws in his closeout game. All right.
Okay.
They overdoing that.
All right.
Just go on YouTube. I'll put reporter or something. Or
I think that Giannis is a great basketball player. I think he has the dog in him, like Giovanni likes to say, or however the term he likes to use, Joe.
we always say that.
Yes.
Kobe had that dog in him.
Yep. He is another generational player.
Yes, he is.
You remember
I
when we
think
used to say
that-
Andre got that dog in him?
Wait, who? Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, I still got that dog, man. Still got that dog. One-on-ones, especially.
I don't think we ever said that
with-
about Giovanni.
With
but-
people that can't, the
Sure.
people that can't guard me is whoa.
Sure, but every time I be like, let's play, he's like, oh, I'm busy. I got something on. Hey, let's do a podcast instead.
No, but
I gotta do my league. busy.
Giannis is a great player. We all have to have a point of view with losing and stuff like that. He's not. I don't think he's a sore loser. I think the Heat has his number. This current the Jimmy Butler Heat, I think, has
Himmy Butler.
Himmy Butler's Heat. That's like a
Do you want the
Tongue
quote,
twister.
Ray? I found it.
yeah. Please,
You want to read it or you want to read it yourself?
you can read it.
All right, so here's what he said. Jonas said, do you get a promotion every year on your job? No, right? So every year you work is a failure. Yes or no? No. Every year you work towards a goal. It's not a failure. It's steps to success. There are always steps to it. Michael Jordan played 15 years, won 6 championships. The other 9 years, are they failures? That's what you're telling me? It's a wrong question. There is no failure in sports. There are good days and there's bad days. Some days you'll be able to be successful and some days you're not. Some days it's your turn and some days it's not your turn. And that is what sports is about. You don't always win. Sometimes other people win, and this year someone else is going to win. Simple as that.
I really like that quote. I don't know if his PR team gave him that or that was a freestyle, but I think
that was a freestyle.
I think that's well. I mean, we can't
said
confirm. We can't confirm that.
He said that on the fly, bro.
We cannot confirm that.
You never
Giovanni.
know. He may have had
Yeah.
that plan the whole season.
Oh,
He's
okay.
like, you know what? Just
That's
in
what I'm
case I
saying.
get
They
eliminated, let me
yeah.
keep this in the back of my mind so we deflect.
Okay. I got you.
So I think that's a fine quote. I think that another person that will use that quote is Braun because of his playoff failures.
LeBron will it's everybody else but me.
No, I'm saying like Braun has some serious playoff failures, but I think that quote would apply to him as well. I think all those years he got to the finals were successful seasons. I think every one of them was a successful season. I think that when they lost, it built like when Giannis lost. I think something is gonna happen. Something's about to split right now. It's either gonna be like those Kobe dog years where he had to do these crazy miraculous things and sometimes like just inch into the playoffs and not be a contender, or he's just gonna build on this and he's gonna try to win every single year. I think that's the split that's gonna happen right now. I think him saying that was like a change of pace with what we're gonna expect in Giannis's career. I remember the quote with the promotion. I just don't remember how he said it. Like, thank you for reading it. And I'm fine with that quote. I think that I appreciate that. And that's how adults should look at sports and life. You're just trying to get better. Somebody's gonna one up you. It's gonna happen. It is what it is. But you have to get better every time you can get up there.
So we can say, here, if injuries happen, and that's the nature of the game. There is no asterisk on anybody's wins, like the Raptors against the Warriors.
Yeah, that's one of the best rings I've seen. That ring and Dirk's ring, those are some impressive
Oh, yeah.
championships. That was a good championship. And that Kawhi Leonard is like one of the best players ever. Like that year, Kawhi Leonard is a 99 overall player right there.
Now they treat him like he can't.
I feel bad for Kawhi currently.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like they look at him, it's like, oh man, your knees doesn't work anymore. Like now we thought of you top 10, now you're like top 45 or something. Like the way to disrespect the man. You think he should leave? I think this is their last year. No, it's next year is their last year. Him and Paul George. You think he should leave or stay or?
I feel like Kawhi Leonard is the new Chris Paul. That's
Can you explain that?
But Kawhi got 3 chips. So.
See, he does, but like going forward, it just seems like when you need him the most, not that there's any fault of his own.
Oh, he gets injured?
An injury happens.
What if he faked it because he's like, oh fuck, Paul George is injured. I'm not gonna try.
So
this
we're
anymore.
not going to the finals this year. Fuck it, I'm out.
I'm out. My leg hurts. Load management.
My knee.
I feel like
He's getting old, man. These guys put their body through a lot. They put their bodies through a lot, and they sacrifice a lot for their families, for the bread, and to entertain people. And I don't know about how that ranks, like how. That's why with the winning versus the contract, I think they care about their contract a lot more than they care about the winning.
That's guaranteed.
Yeah.
As long as their family's paid, then they can really focus and dive into their craft.
Yeah.
You know. Which we should give more flowers to Scottie Pippen for his contracts.
I don't know, man. He
took a pay cut. He should have got paid more. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
I'm just saying pay cut.
Yeah.
Like he just like, nah, I just need something to make sure I got money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything about, you know, oh, he was better. No, I'm just strictly talking about him covering his family. That's it.
No, but his contracts with him, he was also a spoiler athlete because he signed some crazy low earning deal for like.
No, but he said it. He said he thought he was not going to be in the league anymore. He's like, oh, no, I'll take whatever's, 10 years, just $2 million? Okay,
yeah,
it's guaranteed.
But since you are, and you made that decision those years ago, now you want to act like a baby. You know,
exactly. That's your fault.
Yeah.
You chose to do that.
Yeah.
Can we really fault him? Like,
yes, we can really fault him.
Back then, the players did not have that much control like they do now.
Yeah.
Do we blame Nerlens Noel for not signing that contract they had on the table? Yes, we do.
I'm thankful Dennis Schroeder did not sign that contract though.
Just like we talk about fumbling the bag.
Yeah, it's about risk at that top level.
It's different back then though than compared to now. Now people just think they're gonna get a lot more now because you could get money from a lot of different ways. You know, imagine Scottie Pippen now doing that same shit. We'll call him stupid, but back then he's like, nah, it's like the only way he could possibly make money. I'm sure another team would have got him. I'm sure, but I'm just saying, he was like, no, whatever's guaranteed, I'll take it. I'm sure we all do that at work as well. Like, oh, I'll take something that's guaranteed compared to a risk. You know, depending.
But then you go to work. You don't act like a baby. You don't be like, you know what, now I don't care about my job anymore because I want to raise. You know, that's people leave, people quit.
Well, we're talking about currently, but Scottie Pippen's acting like a bitch years later, not back then. Like not like he signed it, then he been a bitch like 2 years in his contract.
He still be acting like a B-word, man. The way he is on media, he just acts like a strange old man.
Currently, but I'm talking about back then. You signed a contract in whatever 95 or whatever, and then 96. Now you're like, nah, I deserve to get more. There's some bullshit. Then yeah, your argument is correct, but talking about like 20 years later or something, he has every right to complain, especially with the way contracts are now. What he could have got back then. You know what's the expression? Some retrospective 2020, some shit like that.
Oh, hindsight. Yeah,
hindsight. Yeah.
I still disagree.
Hey.
I don't think it's acceptable to act like a baby like that when you're gonna be rich either way. You just want to be richer, you know.
Well, currently, yeah. I'm not gonna say it. I already said what I said. I'm just
no, I mean, at the time,
he
chose like a baby.
He chose to sign what he wanted to sign at the time.
So you're telling me he acted like a baby back then after he got his contract?
Yeah, he sat out.
Oh, then you know what? I'm gonna just edit this whole piece out then.
No, like
I was going off the false pretense.
Yeah, he sat out. He sat out. That's when he was acting like a baby. When I'm saying acting like a baby, that's when Scottie Pippen had the 33 painted on his head because he was sitting out and they were all like rallying for him to come back.
Jordan was gone at then? Or he was still there? Was he?
No, Jordan was there. Jordan was there.
Oh, okay.
He was, yeah.
Surprised Jordan slapped the shit out of him. Like, bro, you're playing. Stop it.
Yeah, that Last Dance documentary is great, man. Like it's a great documentary.
It is.
Yeah. I got to see the Bill Russell one. I didn't see that one yet.
Did you see the Olympic one with the NBA, the Dream Team, the Redeem Team?
Yeah. I fell asleep on the second episode. How many episodes? 3? Or is it 2?
No, it's a movie.
Oh, so maybe I just fell asleep on it then.
It's just a straight movie.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing I took out from that shit was that Melo could have been great, and he's like, nah, fuck that.
No, Melo was great. Melo was great too.
No. I'm saying he could have been like amazingly great afterwards. Like he said to himself, like I ain't fucking waking up 4 a.m. to fucking practice. Like Kobe started, and then LeBron was like, oh shit, Kobe's here. Then LeBron started, then Wade started, and then what happened after? Their career just fucking exploded. You know what I mean? The work ethic. Melo was like, nah, I ain't waking up. I'll see you at 9. You know what I mean? And look what happened. I mean,
set the Knicks back for years.
Wow.
Do you blame him or do you blame the trade? I personally, well, one for Melo, but I blame before Donnie. What the fuck is this nigga's name? Donnie Walsh, right? Dolan. Melo was coming anyway. You could have got him a free agency. Why give up everybody if he was going to come anyway? I would have taken that risk.
What do my friends say that about Anthony Davis? But now, then you said hindsight is 2020. If they would have won a championship with Melo, we would have had a different tone. They just did not.
Yes, true. That is very true. But then injuries happen and people started falling. Baron Davis got injured. That was bad. I think Amari got injured at one point after they went to playoffs the year afterwards. I don't know. You need picks, you need players, and it's like, oh, let's just get Melo now. I was like, they didn't do anything that year.
You never know. He could have went to another team. You never know.
Hey, that's the risk I'll take than blowing up my team.
Don't say your team.
But they didn't. They weren't.
I'm talking about if I was the owner, that would be my team.
They weren't gonna win a championship with that team that they had, and they didn't win a team with the team they blew up.
They didn't do anything when he got there. It's like your season was already falling. You might as well just wait until free agency and really play around with the numbers and instead of committing so much of the salary to him and just throwing away players. I don't know.
You got to risk it for the biscuit, man.
They will be just like they are now. A second-round team.
Oh, that was a low blow.
Listen, them going to the second round is actually that's a successful year for them.
It was a great season, man. The
Cavaliers, that's also a successful year for them.
Nah,
you know,
they failures because they lost to the Heat. Right? They lost to a playing team. Failure.
That team is not a playing team.
They lost to a playing team.
That's a great basketball team. They constructed well too.
The Lakers is also not a playing team. The Warriors.
The one thing I would say about the Heat, they're missing Hero. So it's like that's wild that they're winning all this.
Let's be transparent. Let's just be transparent here. Like I'm the resident Heat fan. I don't know what the fuck happened, but they turned their game sliders on for 3-pointers. All of a sudden, the playoffs starting, they can't miss. Like all the way up until this next series,
that momentum, man.
Like they were shooting horrible in the regular season. All of a sudden, the playoffs are there. Like, all right, let's slide. I think
the Heat parade is over though, man. Whoever they play next, they'll punch them.
Look,
and
here's
it's
the funny
not
part.
Be pretty.
before the playoffs started, before we had to play in, I was like, look, I don't care what happens to us. But I was like, look, Boston don't want to see us first. That's what I anticipate being the first match.
First.
Yeah, but I was like, Boston don't want to see us first because I was like, either we winning or we taking a pound of flesh for them. And that's what's gonna happen. But then we lost to the Hawks, and then I was like, all right, I'm not feeling good about this team. We playing against the Bucks. I was like, all right, we probably gonna get 1, 2 or swept. Then Giannis got injured, and I'm like, okay, we got out there, we got the Knicks. I'm like, we beating the Knicks. I don't care. I don't care anything about the Knicks. Jalen Brunson can do what he do. I don't know why people make all this noise about Julius Randle. I don't really think he's all that myself. But
okay.
Okay. That's me. I'm not a Knicks fan. I'll never.
So you say Bam is better than
him?
Julius Randle is the same.
Hustle wise, yes. Hustle wise, and what Bam brings to the team. Yep. What Bam brings to his team, yes. I will take Bam over Julius Randle. That's literally one aspect,
and it's so small.
Because what happened to Julius Randle this season?
What do you mean? What happened? He had a great season.
Whenever things is not going his way, my man, I want to act depressed. Want to act like, oh shit, like I can't do this, do that.
He's the same moves all the time. He post up on the right side.
He's been the same player the whole time. All right,
that's all he does.
Not to say that's bad
the
or
right
anything,
side post up.
But they know what he's going to do. He's great at doing it. He gets his points. He does what he needs to do.
When nobody cares.
But when it's not going his way, he acts so depressed. He
actually had a good playoffs too.
Yeah, until he met us.
Lordy.
I mean, look. You telling me you couldn't beat Caleb Martin? Like, you telling me you couldn't beat Caleb Martin? He's not even a power forward. Jimmy Butler not even a power forward. A true
Jimmy
power
Butler
forward.
Jimmy Butler was guarding Julius Randle like his life depended on it. Man. You talk about Caleb Martin. Julius Randle's over here smacking Julius Randle in the back of the head every play. No foul.
And
you want to know why he's getting frustrated? That's why.
he need to step his game up. All right. I'll take it personally.
All
I'll take
NBA.
Bam.
Just show some respect to Julius Randle. All NBA.
That's so fraudulent. But I'll take Bam personally. I would take Bam. Not even being a Heat fan, even though I can't disassociate the two no matter what I do. But I personally would take Bam over Julius Randle. That's just me.
Okay. All right.
That's just me.
Before we end this, gotta go. Who's winning? Lakers Nuggets. Who's winning that? Who you guys think?
Like I said yesterday, Nuggets in 6, Celtics in 5.
I think the Nuggets are gonna win.
Celtics in 5 against the
Nuggets,
Heat. You think they'd be in the 76ers?
Nuggets in 6, Celtics in 5.
So
so you know you're gonna get punched.
Yep.
Okay.
I'd rather have seen Boston earlier than later.
Yeah, because I think they warmed up. I think
exactly. You see Jason Tatum shooting one for 10. They come out here fucking dropping 20 and shit. Like,
yeah.
Okay, so Nuggets Celtics for you, John.
Nuggets.
Celtics. I think
Nuggets
the Celtics.
6.
I think Celtics. I think it might be like a funny series, but I think the Celtics are gonna win.
Lakers in 6 all the way.
Oh, both are gonna win in 6 right now, and then win the chip in 6.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. That's a bold take.
I don't like doing 4s or 5s because 4 means like total domination and 5 is like a gentleman's sweep. But it's like when it comes to that home field advantage, like I said Lakers in 5, but a part of me was like against Warriors, like nah, they're gonna do it in 6. They're gonna do it in 6. I don't know. Maybe it's the NBA script, more money.
Say it again. Yo, shout out to Zenon. I said Lakers in 6 first, but he swayed me to the Lakers in 5 bandwagon. But let me tell you, when they lost Game 5, I was like, "Fuck it, Warriors in 7." That's it.
Oh, you just flipped completely.
I flipped completely because I was like, in my mind, I was like, "Damn, the Warriors is down 3-1. If they win, they get revenge. I don't care what happens."
I hope the 76ers win tonight.
They should win.
I hope so. I don't want Boston to win. I can't wait for them to lose. I have a coworker.
Doc Rivers is a fraud.
Oh wow, you're gonna poop on him.
Oh yeah. I don't like Doc Rivers. That's my hot take.
Yeah, that's one of my least favorite people.
Overrated.
I think. Yeah,
overrated.
I think he's a bum, bro.
He ruined my man Ben Simmons. Man, he ruined him.
I think that whole Celtics run, if it wasn't for Rondo, they would have no chip. They're like, oh no, Doc Rivers is the one who did. No, it was all Rondo. It was all Rondo.
He had great teams and one chip.
It was all Rondo. That's it.
No.
All right, thank you, Dre.
It could have been Ben, but
thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Ben Simmons and the Warriors, though. Draymond's salary, maybe.
That'd be nice.
Draymond and one other player that kind of matches contracts.
Yeah. Portland,
kind of.
Portland would be good too.
If Ben Simmons was focused and got traded to the Warriors at the end, after the playoffs, the Warriors is going to the ticket championship next year. That's
agreed.
I don't care what nobody say. Same roster, just swapping out Draymond.
Could you imagine all the girls going over there for the light skinned baddies? You got Jordan Poole, Ben Simmons. They're gonna go crazy.
Oh my gosh!
They need to trade Jordan Poole.
It's impossible. They just gave him that big contract. No one's gonna take that.
Let him go.
They should have gave Wiggins. They should have fucking go with Wiggins more than Poole. But all right. Thank you, Dre, for joining the collab.
Of course. Thank you very much for having me.
Always welcome next time. It doesn't have to be sports related.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna hold you to that.
We can talk about girls next time.
Yeah, you can talk about light skinned baddies.
Oh yeah.
Peace.
Peace out, guys.